Hello, how you cats doing? Well, I been away for a while, but I'm here today to talk to you guys about gold. Okay? And I want to talk about gold today because the gold prices have made a real run up. You know what I mean? I could say, oh wow, look at me. I said it 8, 9 years ago about how gold was this and gold was that, and how it was gonna go up and how food prices were gonna go up. But that's really not not getting us anywhere. If I was to do that, that really don't do anything other than just kind of proves that, yeah, okay, so I saw it. I saw that back then. But to me, I don't look at the gold prices and the food prices. I look at what I saw back then, and I was like in today's time looking at it back then, right? And I saw it. I saw that, okay, if these people keep the government keeps spending money like they doing, Democrats got in there and was just oh, this program, that program, this program, okay, that's gonna hurt the dollar because you're overspending. You know what I mean? I've looked at the history of this country, and that's what they've done. They just overspend, okay? And that causes the currency, or whatever currency they're using at the time, to just go down. And this is all over the world. This is every country does that same thing, If you don't take care of your government spending, this is what happens to your dollar, okay? So if you look at prices now in the grocery store, I see a lot of videos out there. Because I look at it, I try to stay in touch with what's going on out there. And I look at videos and I hear people, complaining about, oh, I can't afford this, I can't afford this, food is too high, eggs is all of this, And I'm like, it's not prices are going up, it's the dollar going down because they're misusing the currency, right? They're misusing your dollar. And when I said that back in the day, when I said black people are buying gold, if you see one of my old videos, what I was trying to do is get people conscious to say, look, let's invest in gold because this is the way it's gonna go. If they don't turn that around, and they didn't turn it around, that's what's gonna happen. Prices are gonna get higher. And so if you look at, okay, say like I bought gold. Other people that probably listen to me or listen to other videos of other people or just new to buy gold, they really not hurting. A lot of people say, oh, things are getting tougher. Not really. Not really. I'm not really hurting. Matter of fact, as I'm getting old, I'm realizing I'm needing less and less. I don't need a whole lot of stuff like I used to. But if you invested in gold and went up 3 times, 4 times, 5 times about what I paid for it. So, if eggs went up to $12 and stuff, man, my money and doubled and tripled and all of that stuff. So I don't see no difference. You know what I mean? I really don't see no. Only thing I see the difference is a lot of people that can't afford that or didn't know nothing about investing in gold or some commodity or something like that it's hurting them because you're still in that dollar. It's your dollar falling. You know what I'm saying? It's the dollar falling, and everybody's got to make an adjustment because of that dollar's falling, right? Okay? If they keep blowing money, one thing I can admire of Trump is at least getting in there saying, I'm going to try to save it. You look at his personality and all of that, okay, it is what it is on that. But the man is trying to save the dollar. Does it seem like it looks like it's a lot of racist stuff in there? That man got to do what he got to do. I hate to say, I hope it ain't about racism. I hope it ain't about, because black people it is, because it's affecting everybody. You know what I mean? That man has to do what he got to do to try to save that dollar. If not, you think things going to go up. People might say, well, it was better with Biden. Really? It was better with Biden? You seen his family. You seen what his son did. You seen how he was spending money. You seen the stuff that he was doing. Yeah, Biden was going to slowly just take it down to where it just basically the dollar explodes. Right? Trump is what he's doing. He's trying to put a halt to everything and then stop it. The old president, the past presidents and stuff, they knew about this. They would say when you hear that phrase, we would kick the can down the road, they was going to just kick it down the road. They was going to kick the problem of the government and government spending down the road. And that means that when you're in government, they're going to hire more. We need a person for this. Let's hire more, hire more. That thing just got out of control. We can no longer afford that because you was going to pay higher in taxes and all kind of stuff to pay for that. And Trump got in there and said, okay, I'm going to make America great, and I'm going to try to help this. I'm going to try to fix this out. You got to let the man do his job. You got to let him do his job and let us see where it goes. And if he get out of line and want to do something crazy, you know, then you start protesting or picketing or whatever. But you gotta see, at least let him see where he's going with this. Because, you know, I worked all this time, my wife worked all this time, we paid into a system in Social Security. We want our Social Security. You know, my wife just retired. She got her money, and it's like, look, I don't want that to be messed with. I understand. I think if you sit there and mess with, start cutting that back or stop it, I think you'll see old people out here picketing all over in wheelchairs and everything. You know what I'm saying? But you're trying to save your government. You're trying to save the money that we're spending and constantly spending, and he's trying to pull that back. Will he do his own little dirt somewhere on that? I don't know. What president don't? I mean, everybody seems like they got some little thing. Hopefully, he's an honest man. He goes out there and he does what he says. Hopefully, and that's kind of rare in politicians, but try to do the right thing by the people, because if not, your currency is just going to collapse. Okay? And here's another thing. Last thing I have about silver. If you miss the gold market, you want to jump on the silver market. It may take a while. It might change, but I think a little manipulation is going on there to keep the silver down, but eventually they won't be able to manipulate it, and it's going to shoot up too. You know what I'm saying? So gold is up. You know, it's up. Wow. I admit, a lot of you guys got to be happy. I ain't going with gold. But silver, I think, will do the same thing. So if you miss gold, try to still get as much gold as you can, because it's like a step. Gold made at this step, then it went to this, and then it'll level out. It'll level out. That step, they'll stay on that step for a while, and once, if what Trump if it don't work, what he's doing, it's going to move up to the next step. And it's going to move up to the next step. And if you read the Bible said in 1 day and 1 hour that country was broke, so it might not work. So that's my kind of indication that hopefully it will, but you know it's hard to go against that Bible. You know what I mean? It's hard to say that, yeah, hopefully. I think he's headed in the right direction, but the key is, will it work? Will people stand by it? I don't know. You know, it might collapse. But like I say, if you missed out on that, get into silver. Still get into gold. Buy as much as you can. Buy a smaller amount. Get into silver. You know what I mean? Because China is doing the same thing. China's still buying gold. That's what I said back 8 years ago. They still buy. It was funny. My wife, she wanted to buy some silver coins. And I was looking through there. We were both looking through there, and we found one real cheap. I was like, how is this 5 American Eagles cheap? It's cheaper than the other people. It's sure enough cheaper than the U.S. Mint. And I looked at where it was coming from, and a lot of it is coming from China. So they bought our gold and silver back in the day and selling it back to us. So China just looking out. They looking out for themselves. And I don't blame them. And that's what we need to do. Not only buy our gold and silver, buy other people's, goods from their mint. Buy other people. Buy Mexico. Buy Africa. Buy Europe. You know what I'm saying? Buy everybody. Gold is gold. Silver is silver. As long as it's a good pure amount, 90% or whatever. But that's what I look for. But if you missed out, get into silver. Buy as much as you can on that, and that'll pay off in the future. All right? All right, brothers and sisters, I hope that helps. And, I know I ain't been on here a lot, but I try to do what I do. I'm retired. Okay, so, okay. All right, then, talk to you later.